Today's sponsor of the Vision Quest podcast is 920 Hat Company. Leather patch hats are in, and 920 Hat Company is here to hook you up with your very own custom hat. All patches are lasered on top-grade genuine leather and on popular brand hats like Richardson and FlexFit. Whether you're looking to show off your business or want a one-of-a-kind hat for yourself, 920 Hat Company can do it all. All the hats are handcrafted right in the Fox Valley, but worn across America. With over 500 hats in stock, they guarantee fast turnaround times. Honestly, Liam, looking at these hats, solid, right?
Yeah, they're pretty. I like them.
I like that patch itself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one-of-a-kind stuff. I know his name's Trevor. He does great work. He's actually gotten I think we got a knit hat coming.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we got that coming. So we're really excited to have these guys on board as a sponsor. So get down to check them out on Facebook. I believe they're on Instagram. Check them out, man. They got the best hats, I think, in the Fox Valley, if not in the state.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So get down to 920 Hat Company on social media and check them out. All right, guys, it is yet another week for ACC Wrestling. We are on round number 2. We got the guys heading out to Stanford. This is Cav Corner number 2. This is something we decided to cover. I think we kind of talked about in the beginning, so we won't dive into that too much, but they're heading out to Stanford, going to Palo Alto, kind of a new travel for those guys this year, I think, since those guys joined the ACC. It'll be a good duel. The one odd thing that I did notice about Stanford is they don't have a 125. Not sure why that is. Couldn't tell you. Roster struggles, I guess. I mean, who knows? Who knows unless the coach tells you, right? And that's the same thing with us when we're kind of going with the theme of trying to figure out who's going to be going when. I know just going around some of the school year here, there's been a lot of illnesses. There's been a lot of guys down. That's in high school. That's not even just at UVA. It's everywhere right now. So I'm sure they're going to be dealing with some illnesses, I think, this week. But we do have a decent lineup still, just to kind of go off of and know what they're going to do. I know, I'm kind of using track wrestling anyways, just to kind of see what they have up here for rosters, listed. I know these are pretty, again, people you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what happened today before, like yesterday before they left or today. You just don't know what happened. So you could have a guy written down and then you're going to watch the duel and be like, crap, it's a whole different guy, right? So with that being said, we're going to kind of go off of track. I'm going to make some guesses off of rumors that I've heard about things going around, things like that. Because again, illnesses, some guys might be a little dinged up, might not be the time to have someone in too. So they might need a break, and that's important to me. I know Steve and Coach Garland and the Paulsons and Ian are proud of their athletes and how they take care of them. So I know there's going to be a guy that's out. It doesn't matter what the dual score says. They want to make sure, because again, building towards the end, right? Building towards a better goal of the end of the season. So regardless of what they do, what they wind up doing to this afternoon, is what they choose to do. So we're just kind of excited to talk about it because, number one, I know they haven't had a 125. So hopefully Kavion Roller gets a little bit of a break. Sand Rays helps him on the end of the season kind of thing, records, and all that other good stuff. But I haven't seen Stanford with a 125. Now, so we get into 133 real quick. I know that I think we had Rossi last week, looked good. I think it was kind of his first real kind of big test. So I know that the coaches like to do this too. They like to get some young guys out there to get them some experience and get a couple duels under their belt before they wind up going into the postseason. It makes sense to me. It only gets the guys prepared a little bit more, kind of understanding what they need to work on. Not so much about what the opponent's doing, but what are the needs that they got to focus on going into the room. So I don't know that Rossi's gonna be the guy this week. but that was Rossi's 125. My apologies. That was a whole different thing. Porter, I don't know if he's going to start or not. I'd love to see Monteperto. Kyle, if I get that wrong, please tell me. You can yell at me at any time if I got that wrong. It'd be nice to see him up at 133. I know that they're kind of talking about that a while back. So that'll be nice to see if Monteperto is able to step up and kind of fill the role this week, do what he needs to do at 133. So that's who I'm guessing. So according to what I see on track, at least for Stanford, it would be Knox versus Monteperto. That'd be great to see. That'd be a good matchup. I think he walks away with the win on that one. Maybe a decision. I'm not going to go and say a major, but let's get a decision out of that. And let's go to 141. I know Cedeno's our guy. I really hope to see him. I think that is something that we'll see, but if Cedeno is not up to it, I know that they have obviously great guy in Butler. So let's see if we can get Butler in the lineup, put him out. We'll see what happens. I know that they have expectations for some of these guys when they put them out there, just to kind of see again where they're at, what they're doing. You know, how has their progress been since they last put them out in an open or put them out in a tournament or in a duel. So it'd be nice to see Butler. Again, all speculation. Please understand that. But these are the guys we're excited to see, regardless of what the lineup is supposed to be. So you're hearing it from me, just basically telling you what I want to see. Let's see. Jack Giaffre, I think, is going to be our guy for 149. So I'm going to stick with that. I don't think they're going to be putting Rogie in, but I think they're going to put Giaffre in. Michael Giaffre, going to be a whole different kettle of fish there for 157. Jack, I want to expound on him a little bit. I was really excited about him as well for last week. And I think regardless of whoever wrestled last week, I'm not looking at it right now. I'm looking forward. Hopefully these guys have seen the progress that they need to, and Jack's back this week as well. I think he will be. All speculation, but I do like the outcome of Jack with let's see who they got. Jaden Abbas. Again, top notch wrestler. Jaden Abbas is no joke, real deal. But at the same point, though, too, I have a lot of faith in Jack. Jack's been a hard wrestler. He's a go-getter, man. He really likes to push the pace a little bit, and there are guys that are pushing him, and that's good. So hopefully this is something that is going to spell out further down the road in the postseason here. So Michael Giaffre, like I said, I'm not sure that he's going to be there. So I'm going to guess that it's going to be Sanko. Check through some of my notes here, but pretty sure Sanko's going to be at for 57. I'm pretty sure. I want to see him wrestle. I want to see him last week. I don't think he wrestled last week. You guys are dealing with someone here, this guy talking, someone here that doesn't have the best retainer of memory. But if I remember correctly, we didn't see Sanko. I think we saw Michael Giaffre. So I think we're going to be giving Sanko a run. So Sanko is actually going to be a good choice as well to meet up with, I think it's Gregor. I'm going to murder his name because Chalakian. I'm going to go with Gregor Chalakian from Stanford. But Sanko, I think, is going to get a decision there. I'm going to go ahead and say, just because I like Sanko enough, that he might get a major. So it'd be nice to get that forfeit up at 125. Not the way you always want to get a win, but we'll take a 6, right? At 133, I think we're going to wind up getting a decision there. 141 will be a battle. We'll see what happens. But again, I think in these top ones, Jaden Abbas is going to be a tough one for Jack. But I think in these top ones, I think we can pull out decisions. I think conditioning is going to be a factor. I think that will be a large factor as conditioning here. I know that Steve, Coach Garland, and all those guys are big on that when it comes to being in the room and going, and just don't waste your time while you're in the room. It's time to go. And we're working. So I think that these guys are going to be able to push a pace a little bit more. Let's see, 165. This is going to be a wild guess, I think, on this one too. But man, I'm really going to be guessing here. I think it's going to be Hamilton because again, he's been on fire. He's been doing really well. I know that there's been a couple tough matches here and there, but again, that's the breaks when you come against some of the top guys. But those are supposed to be learning matches. Those are the things that you take back to the room, not hang your head on. You take back to the room and you work on it. So I got my guy Hamilton against Hunter Garvin. This is going to be a good matchup for him, a good test to find out what again has to happen in the room going into the postseason. If we get this one here, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a decision, but my faith is all in Nick, man, all the way down. 174. Oh, I'm going to go with Murphy on this one. Again, rumors buzzing around about sickness, things like that. I don't know. I thought I heard something about Contino being ill, but again, flu's been going around. So those guys could all be better by today and be cleared. So, but my money's going to be on Murphy. I think this would be a good match for Murphy to kind of put him out there and get a good grip on what he needs to do. I think he's been really solid on hand fighting. I think it's been something he's working on. I can't. Again, I don't know that for a fact, but it seems like this is the hand fighting game is it's what it takes to get in a shot. So I know he's been working hard on that. So that's 174, 184. There's the Gamble Phillips combo. I'm gonna guess they're gonna put in Phillips on this one. But Gamble again, I think Gamble has the chutzpah to be able to kind of push through a match like that, and I think it's a good competition for him. I think it's a toss-up. I think either one goes in, gets a decision. I think if Gamble goes in, it's a possibility for major decision. But I think they both win the match either way. I think it's just a matter of who's going in with the most steam. These guys aren't, these guys aren't slouches. They're all wrestling top-notch guys going into Stanford. Those guys work just as hard. The coaching staff out there, has picked up the pace as well. It's good to see that they still have a program with a lot of the stuff that's going on, but I really do see our guys being able to get a really good advantage in these duels here. 184 is Gamble. We talked about that now. 197. I better see Burrell. Guys, coach, if you're listening, I better see Burrell. 197. Okay, I'm putting it on the line. You're going to hear this, and you better listen to this before the duel, right? Because I want to see Burrell let it fly. I want to see those double legs nonstop because that guy was on fire with those shots, man. So I'm really gunning for Burrell. I think he's healthy. I'd like to see him fire off against Nick Stemmet. I think he's the best bet against Nick Stemmet. Again, that's going to be a tough matchup for him. That is going to be a really good, I think, thing going into this duel for Burrell to be able to put himself up against. Now, Stemmet was the one that was kind of talking crazy with Ferrari, going back and forth, and I think Stemmet lost by 5 points or something like that. But Stemmet's, he's the real deal. He's a good wrestler. But Burrell has turned it up a notch. So I really want to see that matchup, regardless of score, regardless of the outcome. I want to see where Burrell's at because some of the guys he was putting those double legs on weren't ready for his pace, right? Ready for what he was handling. Stemmet's going to give him a good test. I think Stemmet's going to give him good defense and be able to kind of put on a show a little bit more of what he's capable of doing. So my money is going to be on Burrell. Calling a dub on that one. It's going to be a tough match. Burrell, I'm going to go with by a point. So prove me right, Steven. Put it out there. Either way, we're still proud of you as far as wrestling, and you've really turned it up a notch. So let's see you kick it up a notch against this guy and see if you can do something and bring home a W. And the next one we got, it's either Christensen or Morgan. I haven't heard too many rumors about him. Illness, injury, things like that. So I'm going to go with Christensen on this one against Ming. Ming, again, a top-notch wrestler. I don't know what these guys are ranked. I didn't use WrestleStat today. I'm just looking at track, just kind of going based off of that. But pull up WrestleStat quick here and just kind of see what we got going on. I think that might give us a little better of a litmus test, but we'll find out. Again, really excited just for the outcome here, just for the past couple months and watching these guys go through the opens and things like that, and just kind of watching the progress they've been making. And it's been great. Like I tell you, again, I coach, so I watch for the little things. I don't necessarily pay attention to, oh, was this guy ranked? I mean, we all know who the guys are, right? So we just kind of pay attention to exactly what that guy's doing, against that competition, especially if they're in their conference. But we really like to see all the different options. And, honestly, Coach Garland and crew have been really good at mixing these guys up. And, you got a couple of guys there at the 125, 133 area that they could always, they could throw it in there and completely throw us off. So I'm excited just to see what they do put out there for a lineup and see who does put it out there. I'm not excited. I'm not excited for the way that these guys have to travel so far, things like that. So it's like, it'll definitely be a something different for these guys to go through. Yeah, they travel, but there's a big difference from going from one side of the country to the other, the flight, the time, all that. So I really do think, man, I really should use WrestleStat for this. I really do think that they could put Marlon Yarborough in and still, come up really good. I got Monteperto here on major decision. So yeah, Virginia's got an opportunity to win this, a strong opportunity. So we'll see again, it's their lineup. They can do what they want, but let's see, I'm going to put Butler in at 141. We got Butler at 9-5, Jack Geoffrey. They got Abbas over Geoffrey by decision. Again, that's I'm putting my money on Jack, man. It's only a 9-5 decision they got on here. I really like Geoffrey, man. I really like him in this one. They have Sanko getting majored by Gregor. I just don't see that. They don't have any common opponents. My money's on Sanko. My money's on Sanko all the way. Hamilton, this is a tight one for him against Hunter Garvin. Again, the rankings, all that other stuff. But Hamilton's going to have a tough match. But I think he can squeak one out. Let's take Contino out. So 174. I put Murphy in. We got Murphy getting majored. This is WrestleStat, guys. I'm just kind of interested to see what these guys give us with the lineup that I'm putting in. Let's see, we got Weatherspoon, we got 197. So we're gonna put Burrell in because I want Burrell. They're giving Burrell a 1 point over Nick Stemmet. That's where I'm with. I'm totally with him on that one. Wholeheartedly with him on that one. And then we got Gabe Christensen on the end. So right now, with my team, this is my team. We got it says Stanford over Virginia 24-12, but I don't see that. There's a couple wins in there that I think are going to go the opposite way. I think it's going to be much closer, and I think it's going to come down to maybe about or maybe 2. But I see Virginia winning this duel against Stanford. I really do. I think this, obviously I believe it's the first time they've really met anywhere. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited for this one just because, again, these are good tests against really good guys where we can see guys that we typically didn't see them against, right? So this will be a great test going into the postseason. And guys, I really like to record these because I'm looking at information. If I were to record it, I'd want to be looking at the camera way more, but I'm looking at so much stuff that I want to, because I want to represent this correctly. So I'm looking at a lot of information. I pull up WrestleStat. I think WrestleStat's wrong about the score. Just a little. I don't think it's not, I think it's going to be a really good duel. So I think people want to tune into this. So, guys, if you have the opportunity, I believe it's on the ACC network, find something that you can if you can't get to the duels, again, I'm going to push this, go to the duels, go to the dang duels. If you can't, sign up and get ACC network and cheer your team on, right? Okay. I don't care if you're in the Big Ten, but right now we're talking about Virginia, right? Sign up for something, watch these guys, cheer for them. Next time you see them and you can get to like an open wrestling tournament that they're at, go to it. It's worth, number one, you're giving money to the program that's there, but you're also you're not just helping that program, you're helping wrestling in general. Go watch these guys. somehow, some way, get the ACC network on and watch them. Okay. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you can get it on YouTube. Some guy's been recording, some guy out in Pakistan. It's probably got like 5, 6, 7, 8 friends where they all do it on one YouTube channel. They wind up putting it up on YouTube, folks. Go just look up Virginia Wrestling on YouTube, find the duel. I don't care if you watch it afterwards, talk about it. Talking about it spreads the word a little bit more. These guys have a really great lineup. They have backups that are great. So it's good to see them, especially last week against North Carolina State, getting a decent mix of a couple of guys. A couple freshmen were in there that typically weren't getting, the exposure. Now they're getting that exposure. It's the little things, I think, to me that matter like that these guys understand that they got to see where everyone's at, right? It's another reason why the roster can change up. Hey, you know what? Let's get this guy in. 141. We haven't seen him yet. Let's throw him in there. Let's see what happens. Got a good opponent coming in, things like that. So I think these guys, and that's another reason why, Liam in his brain going through that, these guys are trustworthy. They know, listening to him talk about all the things that they want to do with the lineup and just kind of the daily things that they do. Like they have that in mind. There are a lot of other coaches that do too, but we're talking about Virginia coaches, right? We're talking about Steve Garland, Trent Paulson, Travis Paulson, Ian Parker. That's what we're talking about. And these guys are pretty smart, and they're doing it pretty smart. They're building something special there. So pay attention. And this duel is going to be out in Stanford. It's going to be 5 p.m. Central, I believe 6 p.m. Eastern. And I believe it's 3 p.m. out there. So if you're out in California, you hear this, watch them. Okay. Put some clips up of me doing this, but really it's just the audio. It's to get this out there for the guys and get some recognition of these guys. They deserve it. I think if there's a program that has been really building upon itself each year, I mean, they've gotten the attention each year with someone special, and it's bringing more and more guys in, right? It's the whole point. So that's another draw, because these guys understand that it takes a team to be able to build this. It doesn't just take one dude. So everybody's putting their best foot forward, especially when these duels come in. Everybody's working. So I'm really excited to see these guys wrestle Stanford. It's going to be a different travel schedule for those guys. So we'll see how they wind up doing it. But, I really appreciate them letting me talk about this. And sometimes they give me a little insight as to what's going on. And I keep that close to the vest out of respect. I don't want to put something out there and be like, this is what's going on. And then it doesn't happen, right? These guys, things change. So I take what I can, keep the stuff you don't need to know close to the vest, and we kind of run with it, because there's just a lot that goes on in a roster. And again, I coach, and my roster changes up to 5 minutes before we even start the soccer game. Every game, you don't know what's going to happen. So, but like I said, it says Stanford over Virginia 24-12 on this one with my lineup. I think they're crazy. I think it's more or less going to be, I would say, maybe 13-12, or however a score can wind up where it's 1 point or even criteria, man. I think this is going to be a good one. So buckle up, watch it. We're going to end this on this. It's been Cav Corner 2. We're going to keep doing this year, next year. It's on the Vision Quest podcast, baby. It's been Cav Corner 2. I really appreciate you guys listening. Hey, the other thing too, if you guys have any suggestions, coaches, you too, if you hear it, any suggestions, let me know. Fans, any suggestions? I know some of you guys listen that are out in Virginia. Let me know. Email me. You guys know where I am on Instagram. You know where I am on Twitter. Find me, message me. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. If you're like, hey, you're rambling on about this one guy too much, tell me. Reach out. The email is visionquestpodcastoriginal@gmail.com. It's long because I want people to understand that they want to send me something like that. They got to type out that email address. That's right. And make you jump through hoops. But we take any criticism. There's plenty of comments on YouTube of people saying that I interject too much, or I say, yup. So is what it is. But you guys, let me know. Let me know if I'm screwing something up, or if I missed someone, or if I mispronounced a name. Tell me. Reach out to us. Let us know. We want fan interaction, because we're all about the Cavaliers, baby. If those guys aren't winning, we don't care. We're still all about the Cavaliers, baby. So we appreciate you guys listening. We're going to end this out. We're going to cut us out.
All of our episodes are brought to you by Appleton Tattoo, located at 117 South Appleton Street in Appleton, Wisconsin, right off the main drag on College Avenue. You can't miss them. I've had some work done. I have a Celtic cross that covers my back that was done by Jason. We're not done yet. Jason Winans and crew, the artists that he have there, those guys are the best in the Fox Valley. They are definitely one to go to if it's something that you've just been kind of throwing around. They'll make you feel comfortable. It's a very clean environment, very nice crew, and very willing to get done whatever you need done when you need it done. You can message them on Facebook. I know they're on Facebook. You can give them a call at 920-604-8289 and get in touch with Jason Winans and crew at Appleton Tattoo, located again in Appleton, Wisconsin at 117 South Appleton Street, right in Appleton. Very flexible hours, great crew, clean environment again. I would not send you anywhere else except for these guys. Appleton Tattoo.